Spider-Man 2 doesn't look anything really great to me, to be honest. It looks like it might be a decent game if you really love the Spider-Man story. I just don't like that. I don't like that the fact that they're focusing too much on the story. And I'm not saying necessarily the web system in Spider-Man 2018 or Miles Morales were necessarily bad. And after like an hour or two of web swinging, it just gets so unbearably boring to even try to finish the story or do anything else. There's just no point for me to buy another game or even I don't have a PS5. There's no point for someone to buy a PS5 just for this game, in my opinion.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video with your boy Beyonder. I hope you're all having a good day. And as for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what is quite possibly the hottest take about Spider-Man 2 on YouTube. Let's not waste any more time and get right into the video.
Spider-Man 2 is PlayStation's baby this year. Pretty much the only thing PlayStation has this year, to be honest. Xbox, I don't think they haven't shown off yet. I think that's coming up soon. But PlayStation, Spider-Man, what else do they really have? I don't see anything on the radar. And Spider-Man 2 doesn't look anything really great to me, to be honest. It looks like it might be a decent game if you really love the Spider-Man story. But as far as upgrades graphically, I'm not seeing anything crazy. As far as animation changes, I'm not seeing anything crazy.
You know what? We'll talk about graphics later in the video, but right now, you know what's really crazy is how you're talking about not seeing any new animations as you're showing symbiote Spider-Man gameplay. He's literally fighting with tendrils and doing brutal new combat, but there's nothing crazy here for you, huh?
And that's what these people that are holding on to the thought that, oh, maybe they didn't show off some of the web animations for Spider-Man 2 yet. Maybe they're holding back animations. Yeah, right, they're holding back animations from the PlayStation Showcase. Yeah, right. I'm sure they just can't show off the new web system they have built for Spider-Man 2. Spoiler, it doesn't exist. I'm willing to make this prediction just because of how confident I am, and also just because they came out with the wingsuit.
Hey lil bro, come here, let me talk to you for a second. You do know that the footage they're using for that specific gameplay reveal is from an earlier version of the game, right? What? Crazy, right? That means that it's very likely that they do in fact have new animations to show off when the game is fully released. Also, why are you betting your whole argument on the fact that they're not going to change anything about the web swinging just because they added a wingsuit? I don't get the correlation, bro. Why don't you go ahead and explain?
Now, this is what you have to understand about the wingsuit. The fact that they showed off the wingsuit means they probably didn't work on the web system as much. They realized that if they just go ahead and add the wingsuit into this game, it's almost like a little bit of a cover-up or fix of the web system.
Okay, so let me see if I got this right. According to this bozo, Insomniac only added the wingsuit as a way to cover up their apparently dogshit web swinging mechanic that they've had in Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and now Spider-Man 2. Sure, bro, why not? It couldn't possibly be that they were just trying to find a way to add a new layer of fun to the web swinging in the game. Nah, couldn't be that.
And I'm not saying necessarily the web system in Spider-Man 2018 or Miles Morales were necessarily bad. They need a revamp. I've been playing the remastered version on PC quite a bit just to, go back and feel how it really is. It's really just, autopilot. There's no real interactivity with the web system in the game. It feels pretty smooth, but it gets very boring in a short amount of time. It's just the fact that as a player, you have zero control over it. You hold down R2, and after like an hour or two of web swinging, it just gets so unbearably boring to even try to finish the story or do anything else.
So you're saying that you don't think the web swinging is bad, yet at the same time you're also saying that after a couple of hours of doing it, you can't be bothered to even finish the game. There's a contradiction there, my guy. And by the way, why are you saying that the web swinging is boring you when I almost fell asleep watching your gameplay just now? Why are you moving like somebody that just picked up the game for the first time? Your movement is so stiff and robotic, I feel like I'm watching an AI play the game. When you're playing Spider-Man, when your hands are on the controller, your best friend is style. So move through New York with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. You feel me?
That's crazy!
The way they would sell this game to me is if they had more interactivity in the open world and they actually had a new advanced web swinging system. Then I would look at this game and say, okay, this is definitely worth it if you have a PS5. This is definitely a step up. But what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a slight graphical step up, nothing crazy from PS4 to PS5. This is a PS5 only game, and graphically so far, I'm not seeing anything crazy like people would probably expect.
Okay, so we have reached the graphics part of his argument. First of all, let's look at the footage he's using for comparison. He's got normal street web swinging on one side, and he has the Hudson River chase sequence on the other. How the fuck are you supposed to compare graphics like that? One side is buildings and streets, and the other is water. You should have recorded some footage of you swinging by the water if you were going to use the gameplay reveal where the majority of it happens in the water. When it comes to noticing graphical upgrades to textures and meshes from 1080p, 2K, and 4K, you'll be hard pressed to notice those differences unless you have images of the same scene side by side. You're definitely not going to notice it when everything is happening as fast as it does in the gameplay reveal, so why the is he acting like he has the goddamn Sharingan and he's inspecting every detail, every last pixel on Spider-Man's crotch? What you can notice simply on a glance though is that Insomniac has definitely stepped up their lighting for the sequel. We have reached a point in gaming where we have diminishing returns when we're talking about graphics. But here you are talking about the graphics aren't that big of a leap. Whoa. In the end, I think the only one who was expecting multiple generations of graphical improvements was this clown.
I'm looking at this game and I'm saying, wow, if you have a PS5, you have nothing else to buy, and this game isn't really too much of a step up unless you're really looking forward to the story, which personally I am not. And that's really what they're pushing with this game, is the story. Venom, Lizard, whoever else the other hunter guy is.
This motherfucker really doesn't know who Kraven the Hunter is? Jesus Christ. Have you ever played a Spider-Man game in your life? He's in so many of them. He was also in two of the most popular Spider-Man shows ever, Spectacular Spider-Man and the 90s animated series. Kraven's Last Hunt is one of the most popular Spider-Man comics. I haven't even read it and I know about it. You saying that you don't care about the story when characters like Venom and Kraven are in it is actually so wild. I can forgive you not caring about the Lizard because he's not really that big of a deal when it comes to Spider-Man villains, but Venom and Kraven? Bro.
The map is 2 times bigger. Again, I don't think a bigger map is bad. I just think developers nowadays make a bigger map and then they do nothing else in the world. Like, I know for this game, they're going to have the map 2 times bigger supposedly than the first, but they're going to have probably not any increase in the interactivity in the open world. I guarantee you this is going to have the same amount, maybe a little bit better of interactivity in the open world as Spider-Man 1 did.
You know what? Actual fair criticism here. A lot of developers really do make large open worlds nowadays with not much to do in them, besides go from point A to point B. With that said, however, Insomniac has already stated that they would be improving on the open world activities for the sequel, since that was one of the big problems in the first one.
I will admit the new Venom combat looks pretty cool.
Oh, so you do have eyeballs. Then what was all that about not seeing anything new here?
When you look at the other things that they're neglecting here, open world's probably going to be neglected but big, just how every other game is coming out now. Same web swinging, they just throw a wingsuit in there to make it better. I just don't like that. I don't like that, the fact that they're focusing too much on the story and making the map big and not really making anything else better that I can see.
This guy has got to be fucking trolling at this point. You don't like that they're focusing on the story? You don't see anything better from what you can tell? Dog, you saw a 10-minute gameplay trailer that was from an early version of the game. Why do you think the whole game is just gonna be barren of content? I don't understand, bro. You're being way too much of a Spider-Man doomer right now.
I could get proved wrong here when the game comes out, but I highly doubt that they would not have showed any of these features I'm talking about, any new web animations, anything new like that in this marketing campaign. I mean, I would have a very hard time to believe they're just holding that off for the game to come out.
Yeah, because no developer has ever kept their cards close to their chest until they were closer to release date, right?
I think I just have to keep reminding you guys, this game is 5 years after the first Spider-Man 2018. 2023 it is already. This game is coming out 5 years after, and they're going to use the same web swinging animations and system of just holding down R2 and really nothing else you have to do. It just makes the game so boring when you really just keep clicking R2, press X, nosedive a little bit.
And I think I just have to remind you guys that we saw this dude's web swinging just a few minutes ago, and he moves like a bot. This dude's web swinging reminds me of Spider-Man in Marvel's Avengers.
Backup has arrived. Protect those Inhumans.
Time to show them what we've got.
There's just no point for me to buy another game or even buy. I don't have a PS5. There's no point for someone to buy a PS5 just for this game, in my opinion.
That's a really cool dog shit opinion you got there, bro.
I think that's pretty much the situation we're in. If you have a PS5, I think you either really want it, or even if you don't really want it, I think you kind of have to buy it. I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, this is a PS5 exclusive, sorry. How are you not going to buy it? This is what you bought the PS5 for. And that's why I think it's a bit of a letdown. Like I said, if you don't have a PS5, I don't think anyone is stressing out here that they don't have a PS5 and they can't get Spider-Man 2. I mean, it just doesn't look that much of an increase to me.
Once again, he's basing his whole opinion of the game on a 10-minute gameplay trailer of an early version of Spider-Man 2. And he's saying that no one's out here stressing that they can't get Spider-Man 2, but to me, it seems like he's the one stressing, making this whole ass video shitting on the game before it's even out and basing his whole opinion on a 10-minute gameplay trailer that's an early version.
But I see it as to where the wingsuit, you're probably going to be able to use it really whenever you really want. I feel like web swinging once you get the wingsuit is just going to be pretty insignificant to even do. There would be no point if the wingsuit is faster.
Dude, if you're that worried about the wingsuit, just don't use it. It's that simple. I really doubt Insomniac would swap out Spider-Man's trademark movement for flying squirrel powers. Spider-Man's web swinging is unique to him. It would be such a huge lack of judgment for Insomniac to swap that out and turn Spider-Man into a Just Cause 3 simulator. Fortunately, they're not as stupid as you.
And the web swinging is the same system as the first game. There's just no point to even do it. I did actually hear that the web swinging is supposed to be faster, but again, that doesn't really change anything or fix what I thought the problem was with the first game. I thought the problem was with the first game, after a couple hours of swinging, that shit got really annoying and tedious and repetitive. I did not want to continue to even play the game after a couple hours. It's literally just R2, L3, R2, R2X, L3, R2, R2. Like, it's just the same thing over and over.
Here we are again with this guy saying he's getting bored of web swinging after a couple of hours. Look, bro, there is enough in the game for you to get creative and have fun for hours on end. If you can't find any fun to have, then you are a boring web swinger. You're playing the game like a bot. You're playing an R2 and release Spider-Man. That's it. I platinum trophied the original Spider-Man back in 2018 within the first 2 days of release. Since then, I've played Spider-Man Remastered on PC for hundreds of hours, and I'm still able to have fun with the web swinging. What is your problem, bro? I notice you play a lot of Dying Light. Do you need to be able to web zip to a zombie and kick it in the face for you to finally have fun? Do you need Marvel Zombies, dog? Because I would actually be down for that. Do you want to know what some actual complaints for the web swinging system are from people that have played the game for hundreds of hours and are good at the web swinging? One of the problems is that the web swinging is actually kind of slow, no matter what. If you build up your speed properly, if you release at the right time, if you time your swings correctly, it's still gonna feel kind of slow. And as you've already stated, Insomniac has fixed that issue for the sequel. Another complaint people have is that there's no real danger or consequence to the web swinging if you mess up. The game kinda holds your hand pretty hard. In previous Spider-Man games, if you were swinging really fast and you hit a building head on, you would actually pancake onto that building and take damage, and possibly even die. The same thing would happen if you were swinging really high up and you decided to do a nosedive to the street and not save yourself. You would die. Well, you would either die or take a lot of damage depending on how high up you were when you started to fall. In Insomniac's Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, no matter how high you fall, you will be totally fine. Also, a lot of fans really want to be able to do loops again. Honestly, I actually really want the loops to come back too. Those were a lot of fun.
They should have never added the wingsuit. They should have made the map a bit bigger, but not 2 times, maybe 1.25 or 1.5. And they should have advanced the web system. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants the advanced web system, at least that's what I want. They could have made it to where you kind of have to aim a little bit to web, where you can double web on a building on your left and right, so you're double webbing and flying through. They could have done so much, and then they just decided to throw this wingsuit over the top of everything and a new story, and we're good. Maybe I'm overreacting, but let me know what you think about Spider-Man 2. And I'll probably do an update after it comes out just to see if I was right and how people really think about it, and just get all the thoughts afterward, of course.
Yeah, bro, you're definitely overreacting, especially since your reaction is based solely on this 10-minute gameplay trailer that's of an earlier version of the game. The hate you have for the wingsuit is fucking stupid. Let it go. Just because there's a wingsuit in the game doesn't mean that the web swinging system is not going to get improved upon. Okay, so let's try to do a quick recap of all the opinions this moron has about Spider-Man 2 based on this 10-minute gameplay trailer. He doesn't think the graphics are good enough, even though he didn't do a proper comparison of Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. The wingsuit is apparently the death of the web-swinging mechanic, and we should all make way for our new Lord and Savior, Squirrel Man. The map is apparently just gonna be bigger, but with less activities than the first Spider-Man, except, you know, Insomniac already said that they're gonna add more activities, but what do I know? Our boy just can't seem to find any new animations, and there's no possible way that Insomniac has any more new ones to show for the game. And my favorite opinion of his, he doesn't like how much focus and emphasis Insomniac is putting on the story for a single-player Spider-Man game where the story is the main focus. This guy is a fucking idiot. Overall, I'd have to say that this guy's whole opinion on this game is a complete L, and he should have thought twice about uploading that video, because my god, it makes him look like the biggest idiot on the planet. I have no idea who let him cook, but he should never be allowed to cook again. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. This is Beyonder signing off.
See you, chump.